Hey guys, welcome back to Tim Baldwin Magic. Today's trick is Toys by Craig Petty. And basically what it is it's a 4-page toy catalog. And it's very well made. It looks like something you would actually get at a toy store or maybe get sent in the mail. Lots of different toys and everything on all 4 pages. And there are 4 different tricks you can do with this catalog. And if you were going to actually do this for somebody in real life, you don't have to do all 4 tricks. You can pick 1 or 2. You can do all 4 in any order that you want. It really doesn't matter. They're 4 separate effects. And so I'm going to show you guys all 4 tricks that you can do with this. I'm going to film them in 4 separate videos and then combine the 4 videos into one. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started with trick number 1. So trick number 1 takes place here on the cover, and it involves these 12 toys here in the middle. They're divided out into either 3 rows of 4 or 4 columns of 3, however you want to look at it. And if you look at these 12 items, these 12 toys, you'll notice they're kind of divided into 2 different categories. There's what we'll call vehicles, this, or what we'll call animals, this, vehicles or animals, okay? So what I would have the spectator do is to look at this and to think of any animal, okay? They're not telling me what it is. I can turn around so I can't see, but they're thinking of an animal. I would then tell them to move left or right to the nearest vehicle. Once they've done that, move up or down to the nearest animal. Then move diagonally to the nearest vehicle. And then finally move left or right to the nearest animal. Okay? So at this point they're thinking of an item, a toy that I couldn't possibly know. I don't know where they started. I don't know what moves they made, what toys they landed on along the way. Again, they're not telling me. I can be turned around as well. But they're now thinking of one of these 12 toys based on the moves that they made. And now I'm going to try to figure out what toy they've landed on. So with just a little bit of focus here, I have a feeling that they landed on the deal of the week. Yep, the toy you landed on that you're thinking of is the deal of the week. Now, they might seem a little bit skeptical at this point. So what I would do is just take this catalog and turn it over and show them that really you're thinking of the deal of the week. Hopefully, that dinosaur right there is a toy that you landed on. So that will always work. No matter what moves they make, you'll be able to show them the toy that they thought of at the end. So that is trick number 1. Stay tuned and I'll get started here with trick number 2. So trick number 2 takes place on the right-hand inside page, the top half of the page here. And you'll notice that there are 4 boxes or 4 bundles, bundle number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Each bundle has a handful of different toys inside. Some of the toys are only in one box. Some of the toys are in multiple boxes. It really is just random. So what I would have the spectator do is to look at the toys and just think mentally of any toy that's in one of the boxes. So I'm gonna have to play the part of the spectator here. So let's say they think of the ice cream cone right there. But it can be anyone. But let's say they're picking the ice cream cone for this. I would ask them, does your toy appear in bundle number 1? And they would tell me yes. I would ask, does your toy appear in bundle number 2? They would say no. Does it appear in number 3? They would say no. Does it appear in bundle number 4? And they would say yes. And just based on that information alone, I would be able to tell them what toy they are thinking of. I would be able to tell them, just based on that, they're thinking of the ice cream cone. So, again, this trick will always work no matter what item they pick. You also don't have to ask in order, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could ask them, is it in bundle number 2, number 4, number 1, and number 3? You can go out of order. Doesn't really matter. You'll still be able to know what toy they are thinking of. So that is effect number 2. Let me pause for a moment and I'll get set up for trick number 3. Okay, so trick number 3 takes place down here in the yellow box. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera because it's so small, but basically what it is is it's a list from 1 to 50 of 50 different DVDs, 50 different kids movies. And the spectator can check this out. It's all examinable. There are no duplicate movies. Every movie is different. And the spectator is going to end up thinking of a completely random movie that even they didn't know they would be thinking of. So to start with, to make it as random as possible, I would have the spectator think of two numbers. One number, a single-digit number from 1 to 9. The other number, a double-digit number from 10 to 50. So let's say the spectator thinks of 5 for the single-digit number, and maybe 39 for the double-digit number. Again, they don't tell you this. They just keep it to themselves. So what I would have the spectator do is to take those two numbers that they're thinking of and add them together. So in this case, they would add 5 and 39 to get 44. Then I would tell them to take those two digits, in this case 4 and 4, add them together, they would get 8. Then finally, take that number, 8, and subtract it from the prior number, 44. So in this case, they would take 8 from 44 to get 36. And again, depending on what numbers they picked, they could end up on a number of different movies here, obviously. So their final number, their final movie here is at number 36. I know it's hard to see, but 36 is Toy Story 3. So that is the final movie that they've ended up on. Again, the numbers they chose, completely up to them. So they're thinking of 36, Toy Story 3. What I would have them do is to think of that movie. I'd ask them if they're familiar with that movie. Maybe they've seen that movie before. I would ask them to picture in their mind maybe 2 or 3 of the main characters from that movie. And so they're thinking of those characters, kind of what they look like, what they sound like. And I'm going to try to focus and see if I can figure out what one of those characters is. So with a little bit of focus, a little bit of magic, and a snap right here in this box, hopefully is one of the characters that they're thinking of from their completely random movie. Hopefully one of the people they're thinking of is Mr. Buzz Lightyear. And that should be one of the characters that they are thinking of. So that is trick number 3. Again, no matter what numbers they pick, what movie they end up on, you'll be able to figure out kind of what movie they've ended up on and reveal it in a number of different ways. So that is the third trick. Stay tuned for the fourth and final trick. All right, so the fourth trick takes place here on the inside cover. And this trick is all about Legos. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's small print, but what we have here are 10 different lists, and each list has 10 Lego sets on it. So a grand total of 100 Lego sets here on this page. And with the help of 2 different spectators, we're going to land on one specific Lego set. And I actually have here a gift card to the store. And I was going to use this gift card to buy one of these Lego sets. But I want the spectators' help in figuring out which Lego set I should buy. Now each list here, again, the spectator can look this over. Each list has its own different theme. We've got, for example, the easiest Lego sets. We have the most difficult Lego sets. We have the most popular Lego sets. The largest Lego sets. So each list is kind of its own separate category. And again, the spectator can check this out. And I'm going to have 2 spectators each think of a number from 1 to 10. But I want them to think of 2 different numbers. So I might ask spectator 1, are you thinking of an odd number or an even number? Let's say they say even. So I'd say, okay, spectator 2, you think of an odd number. That way I don't know what numbers they're thinking of, but I know they're thinking of 2 different numbers. So hypothetically, let's say spectator 1 thinks of an even number. Let's say they say number 2. Let's say this spectator is odd. Let's say they pick number 7. So 2 and 7. Again, they don't tell me this right now. I can be turned around, by the way. I would say, okay, spectator 2, let's start with you. Whatever your number is, look at that numbered list. So if they're thinking of 7, in this case, they would look at list number 7. And then I would say, okay, spectator 1, whatever your number is, look at the Lego set from 1 to 10 on that list. So in this case, they'd look at the second Lego set on list number 7, which I know it's hard to see, but it's the Jumbo Jet. It's a Jumbo Jet airplane here. Again, I'm turned around. I don't know what Lego set they are thinking of. For the first time, I would ask them, what numbers did you think of? And they would say 2 and 7. And I'd be able to tell them out of 100 Lego sets that the set they are thinking of is the Jumbo Jet airplane. And in fact, I'm going to go to the store right now with my gift card and purchase that Jumbo Jet airplane. However, somehow I always kind of knew that we would end up on the airplane. There it is on the back of the gift card. So that is the fourth and final trick, all about Legos. All right, so those are the 4 tricks, guys, in toys. I appreciate you watching. I know it was kind of a longer video than usual. This is a very well-made product. This really does look like a legit toy catalog that you would get in the mail or at a store. And the nice thing is when you buy this, you get 2 of these. So if one of these gets lost or ripped or damaged in some way, you have a backup. So you get 2 of these when you buy this product. Overall, I would say the first 3 tricks that you saw, this one, and the movies, are kind of mediocre tricks you've probably seen presented in some way before. The 4th trick with the Legos, I think, is by far the best trick of the 4. I think it's very clever the way that it's done. So if you like what you saw, feel free to consider picking this up. If you have any questions on this, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can without revealing too much. Otherwise, like I said, I appreciate you watching. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and please come on back soon.